Oh my gosh.
Mine's notorious, mate. My camera falls every 10 minutes or so, so if it does, just bear with me.
It's all
How you doing?
right, yeah.
Good Sunday, mate, yeah?
Yeah, I've just scrammed a lovely Sunday's dinner that I prepped for all the family.
Good, man.
I'm feeling refreshed and ready for this.
Good, man. You'll be running that off in the morning, I'm
Oh,
guessing, yeah?
oh, you bet me a good training session in tomorrow.
That's the one. So I always like to talk about the start of people's journey first, mate, just to let everyone get to know you who don't know you. So you want to tell me a little bit about your journey in boxing to start off with?
Well, I started off on a team called Hands for Hire with Darren Moffat and Jordan Waiter. Big shout out to them.
Okay.
And they got me fighting like nearly every weekend. Like I was homeless down Halifax, where and Luke Dyson, one of the lads who fight for Hands for Hire and who's making a big impact now. He let me stay with him, and all the lads were all humble with me, always helped me out. So I was fighting every weekend. I was losing, yeah, but it was still channeling because I mainly fight for my mental health.
Yeah.
I suffer really, really bad with it. If it wasn't for my missus and my two kids and my eldest Ivy, who I haven't got contact with, I probably wouldn't be the man I am today. But yeah, so they got me fighting every week, and then that's where I met my missus. My missus also got fighting also with them. So I met her. She's actually in the chat. I met her fighting, and they all helped me from becoming homeless. And ever since then, I've tried to get every fight I can and try to improve on every aspect I can, whether it's fighting or being a better human. It's all you can do.
Exactly, mate. It's thankfully it's a running theme at the moment with fighters that do struggle with their mental health. The reason I say thankfully is because when we fight, we train, we've got something to focus all of that on. So I always say thankfully, like there is a lot of fighters going through this, but thankfully we have something to focus everything on, all that anger, all them bad negative thoughts, the lot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree with that, mate.
So your boxing journey, you've been boxing a while now. What would you say is your highlights so far in your journey?
What was that? Sorry?
The highlights so far in your boxing journey.
Highlights probably is one of the best fights I've give off was against a lad called Luke McGee in Scotland, and that was about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And I was up Scotland with Hands for Hire, and I went 2 rounds with Luke McGee, and the guy can bang, and he banged me all over, but it was one of the proudest moments in my life is because even though I only got a second round, I still felt like a total new person.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've been having different good ones. Like I'm on Tristan Haynes' show on Saturday the 14th, and against a lad called Nath Wilson. And I fought a few people on there, like Owen Inson and Andy Booth, and like all the lads have been minting with every fight. I've always learnt more and more. I've learnt where I've had to improve on my jabs, or I've had to check hook or pivot properly. And if it wasn't for them lads or any of the fighters, then I wouldn't have a clue in what I was doing, mate.
I was a lot like that myself when I used to box. I've always called myself novice, even though I was very experienced. I was still quite novice, and the people I was around, I would always try and feed off of what they were doing.
Yeah.
So I was learning. It's like I knew what I had to do. My body just couldn't do it. So I would like learn off of people, but I just couldn't do it. But what I find really positive about your story is you don't care about your record. You don't care whether you win or lose because you only learn. That's what you seem to do. That's what you seem to do. When you contacted me, you said your record's not the best, but you'll come and give a bloody good fight.
Yeah,
and that's one thing.
I
Yeah.
If I don't go in that ring and not give it my all, then what is the actual point in going to that fight? There is no point. Once you match me up, I come to give it my all against an opponent. I might be friends with my opponent outside of the ring, fair enough, be brothers outside the ring. But inside that ring, I don't know who you are, and I'm not the Ryan that you know. I'm different. And that's the different mindset of all fighters. You get them nerves. It's like what we always say, you've always got a plan until that first punch. It's just, my record is really bad. I was a journeyman, but now this year I'm taking it way more serious. I'm in training. I self-train at home in my back garden every single day. And my missus, half the time, she's like, oh, bloody hell, he's training again. But I have to train because I have to go and do these fights at my tip-top best. And I have to be my best for my children and my missus.
100%, 100%. To be honest, mate, how it sounds to me is right now your record is it's not a record, it's all experience for what you're about to do next. Yeah. When you move on to that next stage, you probably weren't ever ready for that next stage, but you are now. I can see it in you. So you use all that experience for what's next.
Definitely, mate. I've got all, like, I've lost count how many fights I've had, but each and every one, I've learned more. It was a journeyman thing back like a year and a half ago, and I got it this year, and I turned around to myself like, you know what it is? My name's in the circuit.
Yeah.
Why am I still just getting my ass beat? Why am I just lying out? No, this time I'm coming for everything. I'm going to have belts. My name's going to be across the circuits like Dyson's, like Scott McHugh's. September 28th, I'm in talks for my bare knuckle debut with Simon Kerr. I'm here to make a different statement.
Good man. Do you know what, mate? That will be valuable experience making your bare knuckle debut, because let's face it, you're not shy. No. Do you know what I mean? Whether you win or learn in that fight, it's all valuable experience, because you're clearly young enough to take this far, especially with Fight Club Promotions, the way it's going to be run now with the ranking system. It's not down to whose face I like best or what fighter I like best. It's all going to be down to who wins enough ranking points.
Yeah.
And there's fights there with hybrid boxing, glove boxing. Sometime in the distant future, I will be doing bare knuckles. So there's a hell of a lot of opportunities with us.
Yeah. Definitely, and I hope you keep me around, and I hope Reese is ready for the 9th, honest. Because we're on for it.
It leads me perfectly on to talk about the 9th of November. You fight Reese Milne. I know you don't know much about your opponent. He's a young lad, not much experience at all, but he's very talented. That's why I've given you. I looked at quite a few novice lads, and it wouldn't have been a fair fight. There was just nobody I could find that would have been a fair fight. So when I stumbled across you and I put it both together, I thought this is going to be one hell of a war. One hell of a war.
Oh yes, I can guarantee it.
How do you think that's going to go? Obviously, you're going to pick yourself to win, but break down the fight for me slowly.
Well, my favourite thing is the body, then the head. If you can't breathe, you can't move. If you can't move, you can't parry. If you can't parry, you can't guard. If you can't guard, my fist is hitting your face, brother.
I love that.
It's like, I'm not here for bad mouthing people. I'm not here for beef and taking the mick. I'm a humble guy. I do this for business. I see everything with love, and the only reason I think I've got this in the bag is my confidence level is unbelievable.
Confidence is a massive part of it. I speak to a lot of the fighters. We're like a family at Fight Club. I try and speak to as many of you as I can, and whenever I do, I often talk about confidence and a positive mindset. I do genuinely believe that, like for instance, I'm just going to pick one out of the hat. On my debut show, we had Brady Lee Harkett, who came in with 2 weeks' notice to beat one of the toughest blokes around in Cameron Daziel.
Yeah, I know Cameron well.
That was all about mindset. That fight, it was all about mindset. Cameron had the skill, everything. Do you know what I mean? now both of them have that same mindset, and they're both main event, co-main event, both going for a title. I always, honestly, I believe confidence is key. I have to quickly shout out Luke Dyson, by the way, who was main event.
Jamie Healy.
He absolutely smashed the main event in my first show against Dwayne Smith. If you haven't seen that, pop over to Fight Club Promotions UK on YouTube. What a banger that was. That's to show you about real quick. But yeah, I do believe it's all about confidence, mate. And right now, you look like you're brilliant with it.
I am. I'm honest. I've got my mate Caleb. He's my neighbour, and he's like myself. He struggles with his mental health. So I said to him, because he's got a daughter, and bro, come over mine, train in the back garden with me. So he's been getting sparring and that in, and said to him, let me know once you're ready, and I'll try and get you out there. But if I can pass a little bit knowledge on, that gives me even more confidence. Because I never used to have the confidence. I used to be there shimmering like a wreck.
Yeah.
But now I'm ready. My mind's pinpointed on all my fights what I've got coming up. I'm coming for that W. I'm coming for that arm raise. Nothing more, nothing less.
This is what I mean about your confidence. Because lately, what I'm seeing from you is all about the excitement. You're excited now. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's a massive part of it. And I think Reece needs to be ready, and he needs to match the excitement and confidence that you've got, I think.
Oh, it certainly does.
100%. Because what we spoke before about that experience, it's not going to matter sometimes. It's not going to matter pretty soon the skill level you come up against, because your experience is going to push you on further than what they will. You get what I mean? That's what it's all about. With Fight Club Promotions, what do you plan on? We've got a pretty healthy division, stacked division. What do you plan on getting from this promotion personally? What next 12 months? Plan it out for me.
I would like to see myself climb your ranks and hold one of your belts. In all honesty, see it there, wrapped around my waist, on my wall, behind me. There will be a belt there one day, and I would love for it to be one of your belts.
Do you know what? This is the beauty of this being a brand new promotion. We've only had one show, and like I say, the ranking points from the first show, they do come into effect. So you guys at the moment making your debut on my show, you're not that far behind in the point system anyway. You get a couple of wins under your belt, 2 wins, 2 knockouts. Don't forget, a knockout doubles it. You end up with a title shot. You end up title eliminator title. Do you get what I mean? You move up. And right now,
I've been working on my right hand. My right hand's been itching for a bit of night.
That's the one. I like to ask quite a lot of the fighters what they think about the 4-ounce gloves. Is the 4-ounce glove something that you plan on going for?
Yeah. Street Beefs, 26th of October, hybrid debut. I was supposed to fight a lad called Callum Nolte, but unfortunately he's at a pull-out, so I'm still looking for an opponent. And I don't care if you want to throw him with me. You want to chuck the gloves on? Chuck the gloves on with me. Let's dance.
Let's go. Do you know what? Knowing Street Beefs, mate, they're going to match you up with someone fire anyway. So you know you've got a good fight coming there. You've got a good end to the year coming. Where do you train? Have you got like a specific gym, or are you basically someone who just hops about wherever they can?
I just fight, like, I just train in the back garden mostly, but I do try and make it to Harrogate ABC in Starbeck. And there's a good lad there called Ben, who's a hell of a coach. And he helps his Chun from Team Fu. He's trained me. I've travelled down there, and he showed me a lot of love. There's been a few, I'll have Andy Gilks come down for a bit of sparring, or I'll travel down Leeds for sparring. Just whoever wants to help me progress as a fighter, I'm more than happy to take any knowledge on, because there's always room for improvement. I've had loads of fights. I'm an experienced fighter. Do I still think I'm the best fighter? No. Am I confident? Yes. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for anything. There's always time to move up and improve.
100%. You look at some of the fighters around at the moment, like we just spoke about Luke Dyson, like the amount of fights he's had in 2 years. You
Yeah,
ask him, you might have asked him 3 years ago if he saw this in his future. He would have said no, but he sees more now, and that's what you see, and that's what it's all about. Inspirations in the game. It can be anyone. It doesn't have to be a famous
oh,
boxer. Somebody picked the other day, Anthony Joshua.
yeah,
Anyway, anything.
it's too many to be honest. I love the boys on the circus: Luke Dyson, Scott McHugh, Ben Finley, Chun Fu fighting. Chun's mint. Love Chun, honestly. Robbie Brown from Hartlepool, mint. Gary Fox, like all the bare knuckle fighters, and even the small little fighters like myself, or even my opponent Nath Wilson. All every fighter on the circuit gives me inspiration because all of us are fighting for a different reason
Yeah.
and a different meaning, and that's what I love about the circuit. Like you make friendships like no tomorrow, and but the biggest inspiration and the true fighter has to be Caden. Like he's not on the circuit. Caden's chance. He's not on the circuit. That little boy is fighting against autoimmune diseases and everything, and him is the biggest inspiration for it, and that's why I've offered a fight November 3rd in Bradford for Caden's chance. I just help raise money. I don't care about making money off it. As long as that little boy gets what he gets, that's all the payment I need.
Right, you're welcome to share and promote that show on Fight Club Promotions anytime. I want to give a little shout out to Kate and myself. Keep fighting, my brother. This is sort of coming to the end now. This is the part where I like to give you the chance to like thank people, thank sponsors, supporters, let people know where they can get tickets, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Too many to thank. I think one of the biggest thank yous has to be TJ and my missus. I can't do it without them. I can't do it without my kids. Thank you to Dyson for helping me along this and helping me get there. Thank you to yourself. Later on, I'm an emotional guy, mate. Thank you to Chaos UK. They're gonna help me produce some tops and get the logos on. It's a local business round here. I want to thank Hands for Hire. Couldn't be here without them boys. Who else? Chun for the training, Harry ABC, and just a big shout out to all the lads who's struggling with their heads and who's still here. Like, I just hope if whatever war yous are fighting, I hope yous are winning it, and we always are.
I echo that 100% because we know that it's an epidemic at the moment, and the best thing at the moment is a lot of fighters are coming out there and they're asking people to talk. And I feel like it's different these days now. I feel like I feel comfortable talking to my close friends. I never would have been able to 15 years ago. I can now, and it's strange how that sort of happened. You know what I mean? But I want to echo that. Anyone who is struggling out there, reach out to someone, even if you don't want to. Go to your nearest gym and just start hitting that bag. Because trust me, it will save you a lot of hassle. 100%.
My inbox is always open, whether big or small. My inbox is open. You can be a complete stranger, and I'll still answer it.
100%. That's what we've got to be here for. Well, Ryan, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. People will see you fight Reece Milne November 9th in Birmingham. Fight Club Promotions 2. You watch Ryan as he enters the asylum. Let's go, baby.
Stay blessed, brother. Love.
Been a pleasure, bro.